It's days like this where I wish I could change the tone of that fucking
Oh,
intro music, dog, because I'm beyond depressed. I'm beyond furious. This is a fucking scam. The Miami Dolphins losing their first round draft pick and a third round draft pick over not tanking on purpose, tampering with a player that we didn't sign. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, why can't we catch a fucking break? Everything's going so good. The stars are aligning. Tua looks great at camp, and we get hit with this fucking bullshit, dog. Bullshit, bro.
I didn't see it coming in a million, billion, trillion years. The first tweet was from that Ari My Sports Update guy. You thought I was getting pranked. I was holding out hope that it was a fucking prank. And then all of a sudden, Schefter has to tweet and it all becomes a reality. And just like that, your fucking Tuesday's ruined. Your Tuesday is in the fucking shitter.
This is what pisses me off. The NFL determined that Dolphins did not intentionally lose games during the 2019 season, nor did anyone at the club, including Mr. Ross, instruct Brian Flores to do so. No witnesses contended otherwise. Why are we losing a first-round draft pick because of tampering? And by the way, we're tampering with Tom Brady and Sean Payton. Didn't sign either of them. We didn't sign either of them. And you're taking our first round draft pick for tampering while you got people like Ray Rice, Alvin Kamara, Kareem Hunt, people punting girls in the face, Watson getting rub and tugged everywhere, Robert Kraft's getting rub and tugs during the AFC Championship game. Nothing happens to them, but you're stealing our first round draft pick for tampering with a guy and a coach that we didn't even sign. This is asinine. This is a disgrace. I want to go to New York myself and protest like Dave Portnoy did when they suspended Tom Brady for taking air out of the footballs. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. And for us to lose that draft pick means that we lost a first-round draft pick and traded back in the draft. We went from 3 to 6 and lost a draft pick, bro.
Could have just sat there and took Chase. We could have had Jamar Chase. We could have had Kyle Pitts. We could have.
And I love Waddle, and it makes me feel bad.
Too.
But I don't know if I love Waddle as much as giving up an extra first-round pick to go back and draft him. And I love Waddle. Like, what's done is done. But when you go back, like if we still had our first-round draft pick, and I'm sorry, I lost my voice. I was screaming in the car. If we keep this first-round draft pick that we just lost, I love the Waddle trade. But losing that extra first-round pick and going backwards, nah, bro. That ain't straight, dog.
That extra first-round pick, that was our ace in the hole. That was our flexibility. That was our pull in case of emergency if two is not good type of deal where we had all this flexibility, everything in our hands to go do what needed to be done if shit went sideways with quarterback, and now it's just kind of all gone. I mean, it's insane. We didn't even fucking sign the guy. He never even... didn't even play for us, and now we're getting fucked. It's crazy.
This is the most Dolphin thing possible. We can't even cheat right. We can't even cheat right, bro. Here's Stephen Ross's statement. The independent investigation cleared our organization of any issues related to tanking and all of Brian Flores' other allegations. As I have said all along, these allegations were false, malicious, and defamatory, and the issue is now put to rest. With regards to tampering, I strongly disagree with the conclusions, yada, yada, yada. I will accept the outcome because the most important thing is that there will be no distractions for our team as we begin an exciting and winning season. For sure, dude, this isn't a distraction at all.
No distractions
it's not a distraction that you sat down with Deshaun Watson during the season. It's not a distraction that you were, tampering with Tom Brady and Sean Payton. So how much do you really believe in Tua? Do you believe in him at all? Obviously not. Your actions speak louder than these fake-ass words that you always give us. And then McDaniel now feels like a plan C. And I don't want this to take away anything from what's been going on because it's been really positive. And don't get me wrong. I'm really excited. Like, I'm still very excited for this year. It's just, if we go out there and we win the Super Bowl, cool. We lost a 32nd pick. I don't care. Yep. But God forbid the biggest nightmare happens and we suck or Tua sucks. Now we have no draft capital to do anything. We have one draft pick. That's it. We have one first-round draft pick. And there's two things. The offensive line could be terrible. Tua could be great. Now, how are we going to upgrade the offensive line? That's one thing. Or Tua could suck and the team could be good. And it's like, okay, well, now how are we going to go scheme a quarterback? It's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And I can't believe that they stripped the first round pick. Like, I just can't believe that, man. But Stephen Ross, my God, Like, part of me wants to tip my cap. Like you
Yeah.
were so desperate, you were willing to do whatever it took to get the Dolphins to win. You were willing to tamper, get Tom Brady, blah 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 blah. You were willing to tamper Sean Payton, blah 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 blah. You wanted to pay Flo to lose every single game so we could get the first overall pick. In theory, that all sounds great. You failed the moral test, but at the end of the day, your intentions were to build a championship team at all costs. But if you're going to do that, do it right, bro. Don't get caught. Like, when you're interviewing Brian Flores for the position, don't you think you would want to be like, I do not want to win a single game? Are you on board with that? Yes or no? Because if you're not, I need another head coach. Period. End of story. And the fact that you hired the one guy that's not on board with that makes you look like an idiot as an owner.
Wow.
And I want you to sell the team, but even if you get rid of the team, it's going to go to your boy that was directly tied with Tom Brady, who was the direct line of communication between the Dolphins and Tom Brady. So he's just as guilty as Stephen Ross is. I just don't understand how you could try to cheat and do it so miserably. The whole point of cheating is not to get caught. And you left an entire trail, and it starts at the top. How do you hire a head coach who's not on board? How do you leave Tom Brady at the yacht club? It's fucking ridiculous, Bobby.
Like, you ripped it. Like, one part of you is like, okay, Ross is going out and trying to make these big boy moves because he's sick of what's been going on, which that part I can kind of get behind. I can respect. I can rationalize that. But it's when you start cutting corners and not doing things the right way. It's just like, you look like a clown and you don't want distractions. Bro, you just caused the distraction. Directly you. No one but you caused the distraction. It wasn't any players. It wasn't anything else. It was you setting up meetings. So, like, it's such a direct distraction. And then to come out with a bullshit statement like that is just ridiculous. And, like, I could see the suspension, or not the suspension, the consequences being a first-round pick if we actually were going out and losing games and compromising the integrity of the NFL. But they found nothing there. Their biggest hang-up is we had Tom Brady out on a yacht and we talked to Drew Brees' or Sean Payton's agent. None of it ever came to fruition. So why are we just sitting here fucked? It doesn't make any sense. And then guys like Brady took the meeting. Brady showed up. Brady was under contract. Brady did it all.
Nothing.
But then Brady,
nothing.
like, nothing. Brady's already won a Super Bowl since then. I'm at a loss for words. Like, I don't understand.
All right, I know it's blurry on here, so I'm going to pull out my phone and read it to you guys because it's a little blurry for me.
Yeah.
Dude, I lost my voice. I can't believe it. All right, so there is zero evidence found of tanking, which that if we were found guilty of losing on purpose, yes, take our first-round draft pick. But to take our first-round draft pick for what I'm about to read to you is criminal. So the Dolphins had impermissible communications with quarterback Tom Brady in 2019 and 2020 while he was under contract with the New England Patriots. Those communications began as early as August 2019, continued throughout the season 2019 and postseason. These numerous and detailed discussions were conducted by Mr. Beal, who is in turn who's going to take over the team after Stephen Ross, and other Dolphins executives, Chris Greer, Garfinkel, the whole front office. Everyone's aware of this. The Dolphins, again, had impermissible communications with Tom Brady and his agent after the 2021 season, the year after we drafted Tua Tagovailoa. What message are you sending to Tua? First, you're meeting with Watson during the season trying to replace him. And then everyone wants to go, oh, it's just Brian Flores that doesn't like Tua.
Yep.
While the owner and the heir to the throne is meeting with Tom Brady during and after the season. Those discussions began no later than early December 2021 and focus on Mr. Brady becoming a limited partner and possibly serving as a football executive while the possibility of playing for the Dolphins. And then in January 2022, impermissible communications with Don Yee, the agent for the New Orleans Saints, and head coach Sean Payton about having Sean Payton serve as the Miami Dolphins head coach. The Dolphins did not seek consent from New Orleans to have these discussions. So you're telling me that communicating with Tom Brady and Sean Payton's agent is worth a first-round pick Are you shitting me? The Patriots Spygate did not lose a first round pick. They're the
Bounty
ultimate
Gate.
cheaters, and it doesn't surprise me.
Did the Sa-
Deflategate, Spygate,
did the
does
Saints
not
lose one
surprise
during
me.
Bounty Gate either too? When they were literally putting
They
bounties on
might have.
players' heads?
Let
I
me
don't think
see.
they lost a first round pick, bro.
Saints
I think their coach
Bounty
got suspended.
Gate suspension. Let's see, suspension. Vilma was suspended an entire season. Nope.
No draft
Wait,
pick.
there might be more. No draft picks. No draft picks. No draft picks.
Crazy.
Unbelievable. I'm dropping the link in the chat if any of you guys want to come up here and spew with me and Bobby. I'm livid, man.
Heated.
I'm livid. And to be honest, I hope Brian Flores, I hope he never makes anything in his career. He's an absolute rat weasel. I want nothing but the worst for him. And that kills me to say that, but that's how I feel right now.
Mhm.
And then Stephen Ross, look, I really, really, like, I see what you were doing, right? I see what you were doing, and I kind of applaud you for it. But at the same time, you're too incompetent to run this football team. He's being suspended until October 17th. He's never even in the building anyway. The guy lives in fucking New York. Absolute ass clown. Like I said, I see what you were trying to do, but the fact you couldn't even pull it off, you need to get rid of the team. But I feel like even if he gets rid of the team, it changes nothing because he's going to give it to his right-hand
Give
man.
it to his boy.
So at the end of the day, what happens if Stephen Ross sells the team? I don't know.
I just truly can't understand it. And then connecting the dots further, they said that we were obviously trying to sign Brady while he's under contract with the Patriots. I mean, that makes me think that Bill Belichick to Brian Flores text was
intentional.
1,000% intentional. I mean, Belichick
100%.
was playing the long game there. He knew everything was going to come out. That was 100% an intentional move. You can't tell me otherwise at this point. Bill said, "Oh, they were trying to take him when he was on my team. Watch this." He sent a casual, meaningless text that he didn't mean to send, and all of a sudden, look what's going on, bro. It's all like it's not a coincidence. It can't be at this point. There's too many arrows pointing in that direction where we just fucked it up. We Stephen Ross truly fucked it up and set the franchise backwards yet again, because that's all this guy knows how to do. He's just a cursed, unlucky piece of shit, Stephen Ross.
Sorry, I'm just sending out the link, bro. I'm butthurt. And it's just like we can't have nice things, bro. We can't have nice things. If this team goes out there and we make a run like the Bengals, whatever, fuck that 32nd overall pick. But just the fact that all of this comes out of nowhere, because no one was talking about the investigation. We didn't hear anything about the investigation at all. And then all of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, first day of padded practice, we lose our first round pick. And it's just so ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And, you know, Brady's guilty. He should get suspended. Watson gets 6 games and we lose a first round draft pick. I mean, like, where do we draw the line? We didn't even sign him. And I'd rather have us had signed him. Like Tom Brady has bent us over. At this point, we should have just signed him. He's already caused us enough pain. And now he already won a Super Bowl in Tampa, and we just lost our first round draft pick over it. And Bill Belichick, you hit the nail on the head. That slimy motherfucker sends the text to Brian Flores, and then, he just accidentally sends it to the wrong guy. He's a slime ball piece of shit. 1,000%. I can't wait to dismantle them week 1. Our best therapy for this is to go out week 1 and absolutely manhandle the fucking Patriots, dog. I don't even have a voice anymore. I'm probably gonna have a stroke, dude. I cannot believe this is happening.
Yeah, Doug. I was worried for you when I watched that Twitter video earlier. I thought you were gonna have like a heart attack on the spot. But it's just insane. It's crazy that the Dolphins are the ultimate loser out of this when in reality we got nothing. We traded back, lost our spot in the draft, lost our draft pick. And we didn't get anything out of it. We didn't lose games on purpose. We didn't get a quarterback. We didn't get a coach. We have exactly what we would have had either way, but now we're just behind the 8 ball and have no pick. I'm running out of words to describe how ridiculous it is and how blindsiding. Like today we should be talking about fucking camp, not the fucking draft pick.
King Mill says, now if Tua doesn't work out, we stuck with him. I agree. Scant Dollar says, should have just traded for Watson. At this point, I think the suspension that we got losing our first round pick is probably worse than 6 games when you look at the Browns schedule. And I mean, our first 6 games are absolutely brutal, but then you'd have a quarterback for life. But that's what I'm saying here. There's even more pressure on Tua now. I want the best thing for the Dolphins is Tua to be great. I think he will have a really good year this year, but if he doesn't, he needs to kick rocks. And now if he has to kick rocks, we have no ammunition. Our only hope would be if Lamar Jackson doesn't re-sign with the Ravens or another quarterback pulls a Deshaun Watson, because if we only have we have the Niners first round pick. And by the way, last year, remember, we all thought the Niners were going to suck. They made it to the NFC Championship game. How'd that pick turn out? I would not write off Kyle Shanahan. You can't do that. They've made the NFC Championship game like 3 of the last 5 years or something like that. It's like, I know Jimmy Garoppolo's gone, but that team is still a solid football team. They're going to find a way to win games. I don't think it's going to be a top 10 pick. I hope I'm wrong. But now we have no draft capital, no leverage, and we traded from the 3rd overall pick to the 6th overall pick and lost a first-round pick. I don't care who you draft there. You lost. You lost. And I love Waddle. I'll always love Waddle. I'll wear his jersey to the games. But when you factor that in, we lost on that draft pick.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. And I'm supporting Tua 100%. I think he has a better year. I think he steps up. But it was just so comforting knowing that if it didn't work out, we had that ace up our sleeve. Like, we had unlimited flexibility to do whatever you want. Those first-round draft picks are like gold in the NFL. You could trade them away for so fucking much. And now you just strip us of it. It's truly crazy. Like, the team and the fans and the players are now all punished because our owner decided to try and make a deal that he couldn't even close. Like, that's the worst part of all of it. If we end up getting Brady and Peyton and we're sitting here with Brady and Peyton and this all comes out and we get a suspension or whatever it is, makes a little bit more sense, right?
But
at least we got the guys we wanted.
We got stripped and got nothing. We got nothing. Because if this all comes out now, who knows? Maybe Tom Brady has already taken us to the fucking Super Bowl like he did with the Bucks right away. But now we got nothing. Not only did he run the division for 20 years, and now we got Josh Allen, we got nothing out of it. Nothing out of it, bro. And it's so ridiculous, man, because I'm sorry. We can't have nice things, bro. We can't have nice things. The best thing that we have to pray for is this team to live up to the expectations that we've been seeing and hearing in camp. Because, my God, if this team doesn't work out and we lost that draft capital, I mean, Stephen Ross is going to have to jump off the roof of the Hard Rock Stadium, because you can't fix this. You made this mess, and there's physically no way for you to clean it up if this team goes south. Now, like we always say, winning cures everything, and I want to make this very, very clear to everyone watching this. I believe the Dolphins will have a winning and successful season this year. But God forbid it does not happen. Everything that I've been preaching, we're going to win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years, is possibly out of the door because of this old man cutting corners, which, whatever, if you want to cut corners, fine. That's how 95% of kids get through college these days, but they don't get caught. They don't get caught. You got to know when honor lock's on. You got to know when you're being proctored and not being proctored. And when you're hiring a head coach going into a year where you don't want to win a single game, you need to make that perfectly clear. And I'm pissed at Flores. I'm pissed at Ross, Garfinkel, Ross's right-hand man. I'm pissed off at everyone. And and look, these guys are professional athletes, so I don't ever want to say, like, my heart breaks for them. But I mean, bro, if you're Tua Tagovailoa, how the fuck are you feeling right now? And I'm not a Tua stan by all means. I ride and die for this shit right here. There's no player that'll ever mean more to me than this. And I hold Tua very accountable for his performances. But imagine coming in to this situation. Your head coach absolutely hates you. The owner is willingly, and I am quoting this, willingly, he is willingly taking his chances criminally on Deshaun Watson, sat down with Deshaun Watson, had a meeting with Deshaun Watson during your 1-7 season while you were hurt. And then more reports come out that, also, after we decided Deshaun's not going to work out, we also started calling Tom Brady to come over here. So what message does that send to Tua?
I mean, he's just going through, he's reliving last year all over again. I mean, last year it was week in, week out, or the Dolphins going to get Watson, or the Dolphins going to get Watson. No one, he ripped it there too. I was going to bring that up. Crazy. So next week we just got to go play against the Bucs and Tom Brady, who is the reason why we don't have these draft picks now. Selfishly, I hope that in practice someone's just a hero and fucks him up, but that will never happen in a million years. But it's just crazy. I lost my train of thought there, but what the fuck was I just saying? I don't even remember. Everything's in one ear, out the other right now because it sucks.
Ken Rosa says, I think we're overreacting a little bit. Yeah, it sucks losing one of 2 first-round picks isn't something a team can live without. I don't think we're overreacting just because of everything that we've been through as a fan base. Multiple head coaches, 35 quarterbacks, the bully gate with Richie Incognito, our offensive line coach, snorting cocaine on video, sending it to a stripper or whoever the hell it was. Do I think we could live without it? Yes, if this team is good. Do I think we could live without it if this team sucks? I don't know. I really don't know. I think when you have 2 first-round draft picks, you could leverage anything that you'd like. Like you said, first-round draft picks are gold in this league. And when you lose one, you just lost a brick of gold. And then also, yes, you're right. We might be able to live with only one of the 2. But when you go back to the draft that we had with Waddle, Phillips, and Javon Holland, we lost an extra first-round draft pick to move backwards, bro. So we're losing gold for no reason. We're pissing it away.
Yeah, it definitely sucks. There's no bright spot that comes out of it. The only thing that you can kind of think of how it won't be the biggest deal in the world is at that position in the first round, you still have to draft a quality player, which we've shown time and time again that we're kind of hit or miss. We've had some absolute studs, the 3 guys you just named. But I mean, there's been a bunch of other drafts where our first round pick was supposed to be this stud, barely made the roster, got cut, a la Deion Jordan type shit. So, I mean, realistically, it could end up not being the worst thing ever. Who knows what that player would have been? But in this moment, it feels like shit, dude. It really does. And it's hard to spin it. And for Tua, man, you just got to think like in an optimal situation here, just trying to make some sort of positive. The team rallies around him. I mean, they've been doing it all year already. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek, they've all been speaking so loudly for him. Now you just got to hope the team does it again. They keep rallying around their guy. They say, fuck it. Fuck that pick. That pick's going to be number 32nd anyways. We have Tua. We love Tua. Most accurate quarterback in the league. We're going to be fine. That's what you got to hope the boys are thinking in the locker room to try and put some sort of bright spot on it.
You hit the nail on the head. And I'm going to remain positive because, I'm going to try to remain positive, I should say. Yeah. Try. At least this wasn't internal within the locker room. It's from the front office. A guy like Stephen Ross who's barely in the building. I think this is a situation where McDaniel was like, look, that's the old coach, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. We got these guys right here. Like you said, let's go make that draft pick the 32nd draft pick. Fuck that. But the only person that it directly insults is Tua, and it's our quarterback. It's the most important position on the field. And not once, not twice, well, 3, I guess it's twice. Not 3 times. That you don't have the support of your front office. Watson, Tom Brady, during the season while you were on the roster. That's the only person that it impacts directly. So if Tua could brush this off and look over it and be like, whatever, like, I know where you stand, Stephen Ross. I'm going to just go out there and do my thing, and I'm going to make you pay me X amount of dollars in the future. So be it. But other than that, I don't think it's going to kill the locker room that bad. But the front office and us as fans, like, we should be fucking pissed off. Triple S podcast. What's going on, brother?
Let's go.
What's going on, Smoke Show? What's going on, Bobby? How you guys doing?
What up, brother? Not great.
Good. Yeah, I was gonna say same here. Not great. Not great. Yeah.
No, what's pathetic is the $1.5 million fine. Like that matters to billionaire Stephen Ross.
Of that?
Yeah.
It's a joke. My bad, Triple S. What were you gonna say?
No, you're good. No, I was just saying it's so unfortunate, but like at the same time, I feel like it's like with regards to this season and all the questions we still have, it doesn't really affect that too much. If anything, what it does is it puts a little more pressure on Tua to work out because we don't have those 2 first rounders next year to move up
Right.
and play around with. We just have the 1, and losing that 3rd rounder, it's not as sexy as a 1st or a 2nd, obviously, but I mean 3rd rounders are big picks. Some of our
Talent.
good
Definitely.
players are from the 3rd round, so yeah, it's tough. It's tough for sure. And then one thing I'm noticing too is a lot of people that seem to be more mad at Flores than at Ross, which is kind of weird to me, considering Ross is kind of the one pulling the strings on all this, and Flores seemed to be along for the ride with some parts of it, not even all of it. Like, I don't think, obviously Flores had nothing to do with the Peyton situation because that would have been his replacement. So you can be sure that he wasn't a part of that. The Brady stuff, I think he was a part of to a degree. But I think people are so hung up on Flores with regards to how he was treated.
Well, I think most of it does fall on Ross, but some does fall on Flores, because if he doesn't get fired, he's not saying shit. And if he gets hired by the Giants right away, he's not saying shit. The reason why he broke all this is because he thought he was going to get the Giants job. Bill Belichick sends him a congratulations text, sends it to the wrong person, and Flores just like, what the fuck? Now I have no job. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to blow this whistle, da-da-da-da-da.
Yep.
And then he ended up sneaking on a job as a linebackers coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He went from head coach to linebackers coach. But I agree with you. I think 90% of the blame falls on Stephen Ross, 100%. And it's his job when interviewing the head coach. I do not want to win a single game your first year. I will not hold that against you. And then to hire the one guy that's not on board for tanking is ridiculous.
I got to offer some pushback on what you said, though, about how I don't think it only came out because he didn't get the Giants job and because he got fired. How comprehensive this lawsuit is, there's no way that he just put it together in like the 2 weeks between the Giants fiasco and when it came out. It might have even been less than 2 weeks. I think that was in the works.
It seemed like as soon as he
Whether he
got
was
fired,
released it or not.
it seemed like as soon as Flores got fired, the wheels went in motion. And while I agree that Ross obviously was like the mastermind behind all this, he was pulling the strings, he was making the moves. Flores was the rat. And you never liked the rat because he was the one who whistle blew. He's the one who blew this whole thing up. I truly believe that if none of that stuff comes out, none of this happens. I mean, they're not going back and investigating Brady and Peyton and paying to lose games like that. That never happens if Brian Flores doesn't blow the whistle. So I think that's why everyone's placing their hate and their anger on him. Especially it makes it easier that he's out of the organization. But sorry, go ahead.
Blow if it's not for Stephen Ross. So that, to me, I can understand why people would call Flores a rat. I personally wouldn't, and I would also understand people that wouldn't call him a rat, like I wouldn't. But I think, again, like I was saying before, like the people that put more, you could say definitely there's some onus on Flores for coming out with it. I think some of it's justified, some of it may not be. But I think to put any focus on him, especially he just said he's not even in the building. Like, what is it? Who cares about him at this point? Like, why wouldn't we focus on literally the person at the top of our franchise, but instead we're focusing on a former coach? To me, that's a little odd, but I mean, that's where.
Well, that's because he's directly affecting everything that's went on. Like if that doesn't come out, then we're fine. I mean, nothing happens. We don't lose a first round draft pick, but it's ridiculous. Triple S, I appreciate you for coming on, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Take care, guys.
Yes, sir. Take it easy, brother.
Adrian Gonzalez, dudes, calm down. At least it's done and could have been worse. In essence, we lose a late first-round draft pick. I'd rather have this team than any in recent past. Dust it off and continue the momentum that we have. Follows it up by, I'm still fuming, though. Amen, brother, and I'm with you. But right now, in the heat of the moment, I'm livid. I'm absolutely livid. And you're right. This is a team that I'd rather have than any in recent past. You're 100,000% correct. I'm right there with you. I'll drink some water to that, brother. But the fact that this is the best team that we've ever had in recent past, and we're losing a first-round pick next year, and then losing, trading backwards and losing a first-round pick, it's just a bad taste in the mouth. It's a really bad taste in the mouth, and it's just the most Dolphin thing possible. It's just ridiculous. Steel Stone says, does Tom Brady also get suspended? He should. It's two-way straight communication. If we get suspended, lose our first-round draft picks, he should be suspended. He's involved in tampering. He picked up the phone. He showed up to the marina. I mean, how does he not get suspended?
That's what I'm saying, bro. And he won a Super Bowl. In the meantime, like after all this, before this report comes out, Tom Brady took the meeting, won a Super Bowl. It's like, how is none of that onus on him? I truly can't get that one because, like you said, it's a two-way street. He didn't have to show up to the meeting. He was still under contract. Like, how is he not any part liable there for some sort of punishment? Man, I can't get it. It just all goes back to us. And then Stephen Ross gets suspended from going to games. Like, what kind of a punishment is that? Who the fuck cares? He can go sit in his $1 billion house and watch whatever the fuck he wants, whenever the fuck he wants. That just doesn't make sense.
I'm protesting. I'm really protesting. Well, look, I think we said what we needed to say. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We love you guys so much. I know all of our hearts are breaking together as one. But at the end of the day, I truly believe we will get through this. We will have an outstanding season. And at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. And the Fins will always be up. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be rambling on Twitter all day at Nikki Smokes. So will Bobby here. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Fins up.
Appreciate you guys. Fins up.